back to my channel. So today I filmed an everyday makeup look. This is what I do all the time. I'm sure you guys have seen it like on my Snapchat stories, Instagram. I just love this makeup look. It's super easy, really quick and simple, so any kind of beginner will definitely be able to master this look. Don't get me wrong, this is a full face of makeup, just without eyeshadow, but yeah, it just looks really natural, it's really fresh, and it's super easy to achieve. And I also did kind of go really in-depth, step-by-step on how I do it for like beginners and stuff. Okay, I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you guys want to see how I achieve this everyday makeup look, make sure to keep on watching and let's get started. Hey everyone, so I'm just gonna jump right into this tutorial, and I always start off my everyday look with priming, of course, and lately I've been loving to use an oil to prime. This is the Muddy Body Glow Skin Perfecting Elixir. I just have to use this to hydrate my skin. So I just like to use this to hydrate my skin before I apply makeup. And I'm going to be trying out a new foundation today, which is the Marc Jacobs Remarkable foundation, and I've heard this is kind of like a matte finish, so I definitely want to hydrate my skin before I use it because I'm scared that it'll end up being too dry on me. And I'm just going to let that kind of soak into my skin for a few minutes, because you do not want to go in straight with your foundation while an oil is soaking into your skin, because then it's going to kind of break up on your face and look really patchy, and you don't want that. So let your oil soak in. Okay, once that oil is like dry on my face, even though it does look super dewy and healthy, I love this oil. I'm actually going to prime with my Cosmetics by Pores primer. My favorite, you guys know I love this. It makes my makeup look super flawless, and it gets rid of all my texture and fills my pores, fine lines, everything like that. So guys, I finally got a new beauty blender. I've been using the Real Techniques ones for like a few months, and I'm so glad I got a real beauty blender again. I forgot how much I loved the actual like original beauty blenders. They're so good. Real Technique ones are good, but I just like the rounder edge on the Real Beauty Blender. I don't really like the flat one that's on this one. I like the round one. Plus it is a lot more squishy than the Real Technique ones. The Real Technique ones are pretty hard even when they're like dampened or whatever. Okay, and then for my foundation, like I said, I'm going to be trying out this Marc Jacobs Remarkable foundation. I've heard mixed things about this, but mostly good things. So I'm going to be using the shade Ivory 12. I've heard that less is more with this foundation, so I'm definitely not going to go in too much at first. I'm just going to see what it looks like at first. Okay, this applicator is really weird. It's like a dropper, but it's not like an actual dropper. I'm confused. What the heck is this? Can you see it? Like, I don't understand. I think I'm just gonna go and like, what the hell do I do with this freaking? Sure, let's just do that. Awesome. Okay, and then I'm just gonna blend it in with my beauty blender. I'm gonna do half my face first. Okay, this color is way too dark for me. Oh my god. Okay, I'm just gonna take it down my neck, but holy shit, this is so dark. The coverage is amazing though, like. Okay, and I'm just gonna take it down my neck because that's way too dark for me. I'm gonna try to make it work though, but definitely not my color. Okay, and for concealer, I'm going to be using my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer as always. Hopefully this will lighten up my foundation a little bit. And since I'm not doing any eyeshadow, I'm also just going to take this onto my eyelid. And then to set my face, I always use my Airspun powder. This is my favorite. And I like to apply it with a beauty blender because I feel it gives me a more flawless airbrush finish. So I'm first just blending out the creases under my eyes. You want to make sure you always do this before you set your eyes, because you do not want to go in with the powder when you already have creases under your eyes, because then I'll just set them in and it'll be impossible to blend them out. So definitely make sure that you blend them out before. And then I'll just go in with the powder. under my eyes first. So just tap it in. And even though this is kind of like a baking technique, like I'm not actually going to let it bake for a long time. Like I'm just gonna leave it there for a second and then brush it off right away because I don't like how dry my skin gets after I bake for a long time. So, and then with whatever's left on the Beauty Blender, I'll just kind of take it around other areas that I get oily and need to set. And then for the rest of my face, I like to use a stipple brush to set my face. This is the Royal and Langnickel Stippler brush, and I'm taking that same powder and I'm just gonna set the rest of my face like this. Make sure you set your face completely, whether or not you have like oily skin, because if you apply your bronzer and your contour and your highlight and your blush and stuff over a wet base, it'll look patchy. And once I set the rest of my face, I'm gonna take a small brush like this. This is a Morphe M500 brush. This is my favorite for when I'm like wiping away baking powder because it is really loose and fluffy. And I'm just gonna swipe it all away. Okay, and then since I'm extra as fuck, I like to go with another powder. This is totally optional. I just like to take my Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Powder Foundation for a little bit of extra coverage. I'm in the shade 2, and hopefully this will also lighten up the foundation a little bit since it is a really light color that actually matches me. So, same stippler brush, and I'm just gonna lightly dust that all over my face. Okay, so now I'm gonna get into my bronzers, and I'm gonna be using my Jouer Suntan Bronzer. This is one of my holy grails with a Morphe R7 brush. Just apply it in my cheeks and also around my temples. So basically like around the perimeter of your face is where you want to apply your bronzer. Okay, and now I'm gonna go in with my highlighter. I like to do highlight before my blush and my contour and stuff. I talked about this in one of my last tutorials, but basically I like to apply highlight before my blush and contour so that everything kind of looks blended together, because if you apply your highlight after you do everything else, it's gonna look kind of like a stripe on your cheek, and you don't want that. So I just like to apply it first. And to apply my highlighter, I like to use a Morphe M501 brush. This is my favorite for applying highlight. Oh, and I'm using the Balm Mary Luminizer. This is one of my favorite highlighters, especially for like an everyday makeup look. It's a super pretty, like natural champagne-y kind of color. I also like to apply my highlight on my Cupid's bow and on my nose. Okay, and then for blush, I'm taking my all-time favorite. This is Milani Luminoso. It's a super pretty, like natural kind of peachy color. Okay, and then the face is pretty much done. So now for eyes, it's pretty simple. All I'm doing is pretty much just lashes, and that's it. But a tip I have for you guys to help it kind of look more natural is to line your upper lash line using an eyeliner. Just a really thin, small line, like no wing or anything. And basically, it'll pretty much just hide the lash band and make it look more natural, even though it's not natural at all because you're wearing like 2 feet long lashes. But oh, and this is the Too Faced Sketch Marker Liner. Okay, and for my lashes, I like to use my Lily Lashes in Miami, my favorite lashes of all time. But they are subtle enough to wear without eyeshadow. And the eyelash glue I like to use is the House of Lashes Clear Eyelash Glue. This is the best one in my opinion, although I am like running out. I need to get a new one. A lot of you guys asked me for tips on how to apply fake lashes. And my number one tip is to let the glue dry a little bit so that it gets tacky. You don't want to apply your eyelashes right when they're wet and the glue is still drying, because it'll kind of slip and slide around your eye and it'll be a lot harder to place on. But if you let it get tacky and kind of like sticky, it'll just pop right on and stay in place. So that's my number one tip. But also applying them with tweezers is a lot more like precise and a lot easier. If you use your fingers, it is pretty hard. And it does take some practice to learn how to apply eyelashes. It's not the easiest thing. I remember when I first started using eyelashes, like it was a hot mess. Everything looked wonky, they were uneven, but I promise if you guys just keep practicing, it'll work out, just trust me. But not only that, just finding good lashes that work for your eye shape is really important. But don't give up, because eyelashes are like game changing. If you guys wear false lashes, they're life. So I'm just gonna pop them on in the center of my eye first and then pull the outer edge in, hold it there for a few seconds, and then pull the inner edge in. And hold it there for a few seconds. And then take it off, push them up, and you're good to go. Okay, and then I'm just gonna pop on some mascara. This is the Tarteist mascara. It'll also help your eyelashes look a little bit more natural because it'll hide your natural lashes underneath and help them kind of blend into the falsies. Especially if you have blonde eyelashes like me, you definitely want to make sure they're nice and black underneath the lashes so they don't like stand out. And then the last touch I like to do on my eyes is apply an inner corner highlight. I'm just gonna use the same one I use on my cheeks and just pop that onto my inner corner. And the last thing I like to do is line my lips and apply a lip gloss. This is pretty much my go-to lip combo for when I'm just doing like an everyday makeup look. You can go for a matte liquid lipstick, a color, something bold, but for my everyday makeup look, I do like to do a kind of nude glossy lip. So I first line my lip and I'm using the Balm Pickup Liner in the shade Pineapple. It's a really pretty like light pinky color. And I'm using Marc Jacobs lip gloss in the shade Moon Glow. Okay, so there you go guys, that is my completed everyday makeup look. No, I don't do this makeup look every single day, but it is my go-to just like simple glam. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. I try to be as in-depth as possible for like beginners. This makeup look is really easy, but I wanted to kind of go step by step for anybody who's starting out with makeup and doesn't really know the basics to it. So I hope this was really helpful for you guys. Make sure to give this video a like, thumbs up on your way out, and subscribe for more videos. I upload twice a week, so make sure to stay on the lookout for new videos from me. But that's pretty much all I have to say. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.